the feed. Okay, so I've got a bit of a strange one for you today.
Okay, try me.
Um, so I had an idea of what do you think your best impression is, and you could do it
Mm,
live on air for our
okay.
great viewers.
Um, I don't know. Like, I think when I first met you, I thought like he's quite quiet, but like we got on. I kind
Uh,
of.
I see, I see.
You got bamboozled there. I don't know. Who can I try? I could do a terrible Seth Rogen.
Go on.
Oh my god! Let's go back and forth.
All right.
Oh wait, let's not tell each other who we're doing, and we've got to guess who it is.
Okay, this is gonna be pretty easy. Let me back up from the
Alright.
mic a little bit.
Oh, I can think of one you can do
Wait.
really well.
uh, wait.
What the fuck was
Wait, there was no roll in my voice. There was no roll in my voice. Patty the Platypus!
that? What the fuck? How long have you been able to do?
I don't know, like a couple of months.
I've never heard you do that before. I thought you were gonna do Fuzzy Bear.
Nah, nah.
Oh, okay.
Nice follow up.
Uh, oh, remember one I could do semi well, and then I got in my own head about it, and I can't do it now because I just end up stuttering.
Oh, yeah.
Just give me a minute. You can cut out this silence. I'm really
Okay.
needing to
Yeah.
focus. Ah, fuck's sake! You see the concentration on my face.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Morty, Morty, we gotta go back to the ship, Morty, we gotta go back to the space, Morty.
Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't want to go back.
Shut up, you little shit. We're doing this. It's happening. That's my season arc, Morty. Those McNuggets. McSuggets, Norse. Let's hear one more from you, because
One more.
I
What have I
genuinely
got?
don't know what to expect.
What have I got? Is there anything? I can't think.
It's fucking Dr. Doofenshmirtz out of nowhere.
Ah! I can't even do it again. I got to proper prepare myself for that. Let's see. Is there anything about? Oh, no, wait, that's not.
You're gonna do like a Michael Cera or something?
No. Oh my! I need to eat your hair. I can't think of.
I've had it with you, Decker.
Let's leave it there. Let's roll the thing. Let's roll the
listen,
thing.
listen.
The two damn cousins out, they're watching movies.
Kageyama, set me. Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Reinventing the Real. We're those two damn cousins. We're always watching movies, out here reviewing our favorite films and stuff. Psych, bitch, you thought? No, this is where we take our favorite films, movies, TV shows, any other form of media, and we butcher the hell out of them. I'm Curtis.
And I'm Cameron.
How you doing this week, man? How you been?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty decent.
Right.
How about you?
Yeah, I can't complain. Just deadlines coming up real smooth.
Yeah.
Time keeps on ticking, but I just keep on rolling. You know how it is. Anyway, I'm going to play this next song. It's a dirty little tune by Dua Lipa featuring the Baby. Here it is. Levitating. Turn it up.
Carl, you're a fucking idiot. Play a record.
Here we are. It's episode, what, 24?
24. Yep.
24. What is that in months? That's a landmark of something. 6 months? That's 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
That's 6
yeah.
months. Yeah, that's half a year.
Oh, look at him go.
Yeah, we're
Goodness
back.
sakes.
We thought, you know what? Let's hit them with one that we really enjoyed doing last time.
Yeah. I don't know about the audience, but
Yeah,
we're bringing
what
it
was
back.
The episode 7?
It's
something
episode
like that?
6, yeah.
6, yeah, it was a while back. This week, we are doing. Cameron, hit him with a drum roll. The Muppet Show!
Muppet Week. Yeah. To be fair, right, when we first pitched this, I was fucking like, I made Muppet Week sound like it was going to be like a regular thing, like every other week. I mean, due to some of the feedback, you know, we held back on it. It's a
Waka waka. Sorry. No.
yeah, it's a comeback to thing I think in a while. So, and hey, why not?
This is valid.
It'll be a regular feature though. I feel like along with Steve Buscemi. So
Yeah. It'll be a more regular feature than Ty Dolla $ign on a song or Sean Paul. Cameron, do you want to say those magic words?
spin that ring. Oh wait, I should have tried fucking Doofenshmirtz first. No, I can't. One day I'll try perfect it. I'll come back and when the viewers aren't expecting it.
But we got a film.
Oh yeah.
Imagine I'm holding a rope. Yeah.
Rope. Muppet rope.
No, take the Muppet out of it. Just imagine I'm beating up bad guys with a rope.
No, I'm
Okay.
lost.
If you listeners at home didn't get it either, this week we're doing Alex Rider's Stormbreaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it's like a teenage spy movie with Muppets in.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like we've been doing a lot of like spy buddy cop, like
Yeah.
pew pew kind of. I mean, you know, Scrabble. Alright, Cameron.
Real, that real. What was that? Jesus, what was that?
The bad guy wins.
Oh boy. Okay. Sad Muppet Hour.
We have to make it a western.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah.
It was almost TLC again, and it has to have an all-male cast. Oh, that's very doable.
Yeah, just all male Muppets, I guess.
So an all-male. Well, I mean, are there any female Muppets except
Miss
know that one?
Piggy.
Oh yeah, that's literally
What
one.
did I say?
The one in the
Goofy.
band.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not really many female Muppets.
Oh, okay, yeah, like what? Let me just. I'm gonna hit one more randomizer.
Yeah.
For a big celebrity cameo,
Okay. Yeah.
and it is. It's Nicolas Cage.
Oh. You know what? I feel like the algorithm of this website, it likes to
Pair
it
certain
favors
one, you know.
certain celebrities. Well, so this week the Muppets, Stormbreaker, bad guy wins, Western, all male Muppets.
All male. Nicolas
Let's
Cage.
do the shot.
Alright. Do you wanna
Got
kick
any
us off?
starting things or?
Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, when was the last time you saw Stormbreaker?
I barely remember it.
Alright, so it's this teenager called Alex Rider, and his uncle who he lives with is like a spy, but he doesn't know he's a spy, and then he dies on a spy mission, and then he becomes a spy. And his mission is to so like the next big games console is about to launch.
Yeah.
Around the world, but it turns out that the guy, like the Elon Musk, if you will, is actually evil, and he's gonna use his devices to like brainwash kids or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that could be muppified.
But can it be Western?
Kind of.
Like they're stealing all the water in whole water. No, that's the plot of Rango.
I mean, well, first of all, who do you want to be the main character? The main Muppet? I'm
Like-
thinking Scooter.
Why do I know that name?
It's the one with the glasses, and he's like kind of young.
Oh yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he could be the sort
Like
of thing. He doesn't
like a
really get the
protagonist.
spotlight as well.
Yeah.
Like every now and then an episode, maybe, but
I think let's do it. Oh no, he's not dead. Oh, I thought he died, but not just the guy who used to be the puppeteer for the Muppeteer for him died.
well. So let's start this off then.
Okay.
So I think right, keep it very no. I think the best kind of Muppet films are when they like come out of the whole thing and they tell the story. They don't, it's not like I'm doing the Muppet Show now. I'm actually here. No.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So Scooter is just your average like kind of teenage Muppet, if you will. Goes about his life, does his things, and then his whole world gets flipped upside down when he finds out he's a spy. So he's actually a sleeper agent Muppet
Nice.
for Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Yeah.
He like
Oh, yeah.
activates him at one point. But yeah, to get to that point though, let's say I don't know, maybe he's in Muppet school.
Okay.
And he's like, he gets into a fight. I don't know, like maybe it's very. I feel like we touched on this in the first one we did, but maybe it's very like there's sort of racial tensions between humans and Muppets.
Sorry, just as a concept, like, I still
Yeah.
find that hilarious.
So he's like, some of the kids are picking on him because he's like, he's a Muppet.
Valid, yeah.
But then like someone goes to hit him and he has like a Spider-Man moment where he like moves out the way of the fist and then he just like grabs his arm and starts like twisting him about and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
like, oh.
yeah, he's like, oh, how have I done this? Oh my god! And then goes home. I don't know. His mum or dad is like, Scooter, you're very special. You're like, you don't know it yet, but you'll soon find out. And they're like, oh, what does that mean, Dad? And he's like, I'll tell you when I get back. I'm just going on a business trip. And he never returned.
Never returned.
So, so part of Scooter's motivation is that he wants to find his father as well.
Valid.
Which it's not like a long time thing. Like it just happened in the story, I think. And you've seen them, you've seen how their family acts, and now that the dad's taken out of this situation, it gives kind of Scooter motivation to pursue these skills and whatnot. But as I said, he's like a sleeper agent type thing. And Dr. Bunsen one day knocks on his door and he's like, Rushna. Yeah, I can't do it.
I know what you say.
Yeah.
A freight car. Fucking
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
27. I don't know. Anyway.
No, yeah.
He's like, oh, hello. Are you Mr. Scooter? He's like, or should we call him Alex Ryder actually? And he's just under. Yeah, okay. Are you Mr. Ryder or Master Ryder? He goes,
Master Rider.
yeah, that's me. And he's like, oh, excellent. And he just like clicks his hand and he's like out for the count.
Yeah.
And he's like all groggy, waking up. And he's getting like pulled through this laboratory, and all you hear is like, and then Honeydew's like, oh, he'll be fine. Don't worry, he'll come to in a minute. Yeah, but if we keep that going, then and he's just like blanks out again. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh god, where am I? He's like, Master Rider, welcome back. I'm sorry this is a bit of a odd meeting for us, but like this is the only way I could bring you to. And he's like, well, what are you on about? It's like, oh well, our the other Master Rider,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
your father, what rider? He it's come to our attention that he's gone missing, and he was a very valuable asset for our agency. He's like,
What do you mean?
agency? What's it? My dad's a stockbroker in the city.
Oh.
And he's like, oh well, that's what you think. And
Your
then
dad was the best of us. What? But what do you mean? No, my dad. That can't be true. He's like, look at yourself. Look at what you can do. Look at your things. Do you think you were just born like this? No, your dad's been training you from birth. So what do you mean training? I don't know anything. And he like puts his hand on his shoulder, and like Ryder goes and like flips him over his thing, and he's like,
Beacon grabs a knife or something. He's like,
yeah. Oh no! What if Beaker can talk at the beginning of the film, and as a reflex, he like slices out his tongue by accident,
oh my god.
and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and then he's just like,
Bloody hell. Alright.
nice. I got the money, you never the J.
So from there, I guess he's like, oh well, yeah, you're not the only one or whatever, and then like, or is he the only one? Who knows? How big is this agency? Do you think?
I think it should. Like
You think there should be other people like?
Yeah, like here and there, but not. I'm thinking, like the size of ISIS. From
Yeah.
Archer,
Yeah.
from the show Archer, not
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
not the terrorist organization for the listeners at home.
So yeah, so you've got like Honeydew, which is pretty much your gadget man, your science man. Then he's like, oh, here's our leader or whatever, and we'll go for Kermit. Why not? Pretty simple one. He's like, oh, Scooter, nice to have you with us. That was weird.
It wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. I feel like all your
Wait.
impressions are really like popping off recently.
Thank you. Scooter. Oh fuck, I've lost it now. Anyway, he's like, Scooter. Yeah, it's nice to have you with us. We've heard like a lot about you from your father, like, and he's betrayed you from such a young age. And, it's good to have you here. It's like, well, I still don't know what's going on or anything. He's like, oh, don't worry, Pepe will fill you in. He's like, hey man, we got word that your father's gone missing. Okay.
I feel like you really carry these Muppet episodes because your knowledge of all the Muppets. Like, I'm not saying I don't like the Muppets, but you're goated, man.
Yeah, I went through a phase. It's a weird phase to go through, but whatever. I'm still going through it. Whatever. Yeah, Pepe like fills him in on what has happened to his father, and it's like maybe it's like a flashback scene, and his like father's like breaking into some place, and it's let's say it's like a new phone that's coming out, sort of the same like concept, and Nicolas Cage, he's the bad guy,
Yeah.
and he's like, finally, I'll be able to put down my new Cage phone.
Whoa! Wait, is he just playing himself in this film?
Yeah, why not? And he's like, yeah, and then his dad like kicks through the window, and he's like, that ain't gonna happen today. You ain't putting out these phones. I know your plans. It's like, what plans? I've got good cell phone coverage, and he's like, no, not your phone plans. It's a Muppet joke, and he's like, oh, your plans to take over the city with your cell phone towers and giving every person one of these phones so you can track them or some evil stuff like that. Yeah. He's like, oh, so it took you long enough, Ryder. Then you're gonna have to get through me first. And then fight ensues. Scooter's dad gets like launched across the room because Nicolas Cage has been taking like these. He's got like some Bane serum or whatever that he like
Nice.
pumps into him to make him like all jacked and shit.
To be fair, if Nicolas Cage is that in real life, it would not surprise me. If he just had like smelling salts, so he just like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, why else do you think this man's been married like 8 times?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's not that many. I think it's like 6 to be fair, but still.
That's still like too many. Anyway, he gets thrown across the room. Nicolas Cage bowls after him, like punching, like leaving marks in the ground. He's doing flips and shit. And then it's like gets close to the window, and then Nicolas Cage like punches him, misses, falls towards the window, but then he grabs Scooter's dad and like yeets him behind his head and just throws it. And it's like I'd like it to be like a long shot of him flying out the window, and you just see him like twirling in the air like some sort of teddy bear or something.
Wait, who's playing Scooter's dad? Is it
It's just a Muppet, yeah.
Nice,
so you just see like this older version of Scooter like flying through the air, like, ah! And you don't exactly see where he lands. You just see like Nicolas Cage go. That's the last of him.
Whenever like Kermit gets hit by Miss Piggy, and
Yeah.
it's just them throwing
just
the puppet across the ring.
Pretty much.
Nice.
So yeah, but you never see where he end up, and Nicolas Cage is like, huh, yeah. And they're like, oh. So yeah, they're like, that's the story we've heard, but we're not too sure, you know, if that's true. You know, nobody knows what happened to your father, and we're gonna need your help to get him back and stop Cage's plans.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't know if I could do this. He's like, don't worry. We'll send you on a mission with one of our other, like, decent people. And, or one of our teams. It will get you field ready. And then, we're just recovering, like, information or whatever for this one.
Yeah, all you have to just,
trying to find out.
Gather the intel.
Yeah. And we'll put you with the team. And the team consists of, like, Gonzo, Animal, and let's say Beaker's along for the ride
Rizzo?
too. Gives him something.
Is that one?
Rizzo, yeah, Beaker, Animal, and Rizzo. Why not?
You can't have Rizzo without what's his name? Gonzo, sorry.
Ringo Starr.
Yeah. Ringo's not one of them. What am I about?
Do you want to take the mission then? You wanna lead the way?
Alright, so before it's just like a mission. Maybe they're like training first.
Yeah.
So he's like doing a circuit, and you just see him like surveying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe to get the Western aspect in, he's got like a revolver for some reason. Like they've all got like proper tactical pistols. He's like, no, I really like this one.
Yeah.
And then that instantly makes it
A Western.
a Western thing. So he picks up that, and they're like, oh, you know, why would you pick such a stupid gun like that? You can't do anything. He's like, no, I'll be fine. And he's just like going through the thing, and they're like doing paintball as a training mission. And he whips it out, and it's like, he like takes them all out real quick. And they're like, whoa, how did you do that so quick, kid? I thought you said you didn't have any training. He's like, I don't have any training. He's like, you know, I just grew up playing a lot of paintball, I guess, with my thing, with my dad.
Oh.
And they're like, yeah, fucking paintball, alright. So anyway, it's a classic training montage, you know. You and then like as the montage goes on, you see him like start to realize that his dad has been training him because of everything. He knows how to speak perfect Russian. He knows how to speak Somali. He knows how to speak Chinese, Mandarin. Sorry.
Yeah.
He knows how to speak Portuguese as well, and a little bit of Hungarian. You know, he can pick. He's naturally quite gifted anyway. He can like do like he's a computer hacker, like in his spare time. That's his thing.
Yeah.
But his dad never approved of it. He's like, you know, what's the point? You don't need computers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because his dad's very much like a, you know, action and guns and stuff that saves the day, and like he thinks computers are basically pointless in all aspects of life. But haha, maybe that'll come back in play later.
Keep an eye on that.
So yeah, so they go through all the training and stuff, and they're like, "Come on, let's go." He's like, "Are you ready?" And he's like, "I guess about as ready as I'll ever be." And you see them, they're like sat in a helicopter, like in a chopper. He's like hanging off he's like holding the, like Warzone, like about to drop in type.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like rattling away. And so the mission is they're gonna like infiltrate, like just secretly. Find the intel, etc., etc. So they all like do a halo jump, clean out of a helicopter. I mean that doesn't make sense because you wouldn't halo jump out of a helicopter because you can't get that high. You know what I mean though.
Yeah.
So they're like yeeting themselves out of it, and they're like. I realize this must be really fun for the listener to just hear me like soaring through the air and whatnot, and then out of nowhere, like you think they're about to open their parachutes. No, they open wingsuits.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say smack off the ground there when you did that.
No. Oh, sorry. That's the end. They all die. Okay, bye. See you next week. No, they open out their wingsuits, and they start like yeeting themselves through. And then they've got to like slow down, but one of the guys, his wingsuit rips.
Nah.
Maybe it's like Rizzo. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe his one rips, and then who was the other one? The one who's not Gonzo. Animal.
Yeah.
Animal's like, too late. We keep going or something. And he's like, I'm not leaving a man behind. And you see him like just open his wings. He goes and like flaps backwards, and he goes and saves Rizzo. And they get back to the place. He's like, oh my god, boss, you saved my life, you know, like.
Yeah.
So it's them, and they've made it to the facility where they have to, and they're like using like a laser pen to cut in.
Yeah.
And they're sneaking through the facility. Sneaking. And then they find like a suite full of children, like all hooked up to computers, like Jesus. Matrix style.
Whoa.
And like, if Ryder's like, what the hell? He's like, this wasn't the mission. This isn't what we were told was thing. And like Animal's like, no time. We're here for intel. So he's just like looking around. He's like watching everyone's backs, looking at all these kids and shit. And he's like, we got to try and at least save them. And then like Gonzo's like, you know, as much as I want to help you here, you know, this isn't the mission. We don't have exfil. We don't have anything that will help us. You know, we're screwed. The best we can do is stick to the mission, do it as best as we can, and hope that then we can come back from. And Ryder's like, that's not good enough. I've already lost, you know, someone in my life. I'm not gonna let this man take anyone else away from their loved ones.
Yeah.
So he like starts taking off all his gear, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, I have to stay. I have to try and get him out. And you just hear Cage coming down the corridor, and you hear, like with his men, and he's like, I want everything to be up and ready in a few weeks. I was just joking. That was a test. We need to get it all up and running by no, that's more Jeff Goldblum. What am I doing? But so he finds out he's got like 2 days or something to get it sorted.
Yeah. So
the rest of his team like make a quick escape, and you just see like him and Rizzo make eye contact before he dips into the hole, and they go.
Yeah.
And like the team's gone. Ryder's stuck here on his own. He puts on like the same outfit everyone else is wearing. All these other kids are like human, no. And he thinks he can just blend in by like sitting there.
Yeah.
But it works. And so like Nicolas Cage walks past them all, and he looks at him and goes, Anyway, like they all walk off and carry on and thingamajigger and so on and so forth. And then what happens?
Oh, so he wants to get them out. So I don't know. He tries like unhooking one of the kids, and then it's just like it's like stuff starts beeping when he does it, and he's like, "Oh crap!" And he just like plugs it back in. And he's like, "Oh god, what am I gonna do here?" And he's like, "Maybe there's like main switch that can like unplug them all. So like he starts looking around the room, and then like one person is just like he can hear like someone's coming back. He's like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then like that one kid that he unplugged there actually starts waking up. And he's like, oh, where am I, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like all groggy and starts getting up. And he's looking around. Maybe it was like a school trip or something. That
Okay.
yeah. Maybe this
Yeah.
was like this was alluded to before as well earlier. It's like, oh, this school was going on a trip or something.
Still gone missing, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so then one of the kids wakes up. He's like, oh my god, Larry, oh god, guys, we gotta wake up, everyone. What are we doing here? And he's like, starts like pulling all the kids like out of the things, and Scooter's like, hey, no, you can't do that. No, you need to be careful. He's like, but all my friends are here, and then that's when like, imagine, Jesus. So like
killed me.
oh, so it starts to trigger like an alarm and stuff. It's like, oh, all the kids have been unhooked. I'm like, oh, what? And so, you know, like all floods of security are coming in, and like, Alex Fried is like, I need to fight. Like, there's no way that this is gonna. Like, I can't. You know, I can't not fight. Basically, I need to protect all these kids. And so all these guns are aimed at him, and he like pulls out his revolver all slick, spins it on his finger and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had that.
Then,
Yeah.
Pow! Shoots one of them straight in the head. Like whoa, damn. Bam, bam. Keeps doing it, dodging all these bullets, flipping like it's kind of like cowboy kung fu martial arts, whatever. He's like spinning through the air and stuff, shooting out all these people, and he's like, yeah. But then more keep coming in, and it's like he's out of bullets, he can't reload, so he goes to hand, like takes guns out of people's hands, like starts hitting them out the way and stuff. All these kids are like waking up now, a bit more groggy, and then they're like, oh, and then people start grabbing the kids as well. And so they're like screaming. Scooter's like needs to go help them, but he's got like people on him, and it's all getting overwhelming. And then, Animal just runs in and just fucking bashes one of them over the head or whatever. The team comes back, and then Scooter's like, "Oh, you came back." He's like, "We couldn't lose another rider."
Yeah.
And, and then they're all fighting pretty slick, and then pretty much all the guards are like kind of down. Like some of them have ran away and all that. It's like, right, we need to get these kids out. You're not going anywhere. Fucking Nicolas Cage comes out, injects himself with the cage serum.
Oh shit!
He's like, he just smacks her out, like breaks the room around him. It started to crumble down as well because like there were shots flying everywhere and stuff. So like Rizzo's like, oh, I'll get all these kids out, and then Animal's like, I'll fight him. You know, because he's mental and shit. He's like, he just runs at him. Then Nicolas Cage grabs him. He's like, I hate these puppets. Throws it like straight against the wall. Smacks, like knocks out Gonzo's like, Animal. And then Rizzo's like, we gotta get out of here, man. Gotta get these kids out of it. This isn't a good fight. And then Hex Rider's like, I'll stay. I'll fight him. And then Gonzo's like, are you crazy? You see what he's done to Animal? Animal's one of the best people on the team. Like, and he's like, nah, I'll do this. Because he can tell me where my dad is. He's like, your dad? Are you Alex Rider? I've heard a lot about you from your father. He told me that you'd be coming. He's like, well, what do you know about my dad? He's like, all I know is I killed him. He's like, and he just loses his cool.
Yeah.
And it starts running at him. You know, he starts like, Nicolas Cage just throws a punch straight out and dodges it. Like, he does like quick punches in the side of the head, but it doesn't affect him because he's all roided up. And so, I don't know, he like backflips back and goes, all right, well, I'm going to need to think strategically here. And he goes like, runs at him again, but like this time, Nicolas Cage goes for the punch, misses again because he slid under his legs, he like goes back, like jumps back, kicks off the wall, and then like bonks him in the back of the head. That like makes him all groggy for like a minute, and he's like, "All right, everyone, quick, get out of here!" Because that's like the only thing, like only option they're gonna get. He grabs the animal, and then they all just like run. So they find a way out of the facility, and then like there's a chopper there with like flown by bloody Beaker and Honeydew.
Honeydew.
They're like, "Oh, quick, get in, get in!" He's like, "We're not gonna have enough space for all these like kids." Like, and then the group's like, "Oh, just take these, like we'll find another way, or send Kermit in like the Jeep or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And then so they had to like stay there for a little bit longer, and then Nicolas Cage is like stomping out like, "Oh, you come here, you damn Muppets." And then I don't know, maybe like the facility that they're in, it's not like the main base as we know, because that's where they just had to go for the
Yeah, for the kids and shit. And
yeah. So maybe like when like Rizzo and Gonzo went off and stuff, they had like rigged the place with explosives,
Okay.
and well, I guess they were willing to let those kids die, but we won't talk about it anyway. So like Nicolas Cage is like ready to come out the door, and then Kermit just arrives in the Jeep. He's like, "Quick, everybody, get in!" And then bam, the whole place like blows up on top of Nicolas Cage. And they're like, "Whoa!" They think that's pretty much the last of him. They're like, "Oh, thank God for that." And then yes, they just drive back to base, and they've just got all these like missing kids back in the base and stuff. And they're like, "Whoa, did we gather any good intel on that mission?" It's like, well, not really. You know, all we really did was save these kids and that. It's like, but what was he using the kids for? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then one of them, like the one who set all the others free, is like, "Oh, I could tell you. Like, I remember pretty much everything from what happened there." And then he explains that would you like to take what happened?
Oh, you. Yeah. Okay. And then he explains his big evil plan, which is. Okay. So what he is trying to do is he's trying to stay as young as he can forever.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, the product that he'll be putting out will allow him, it's like virtual reality or whatever, but the longer the kids are strapped in, the more of their life force that he can, like, take from them. But it, like, as in, like, they won't notice immediately, because it's, like, he's taking years off their life. Like, it's not killing them, like, right now.
Yeah.
And then they're able to somehow, like, liquefy this with chemicals and stuff. And that's the Bane stuff that he's been snorting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they're like, "Oh well, we still have to stop him. Like we can't just let this run." And so I think it should be setting up that you think there's going to be like this big like big final battle.
Yeah.
But there's not.
Okay.
So you see like a montage of them, like everything getting all ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Then what happens is, so like Nicholas, he's about to launch the game and whatnot and everything. So what he does is they let the game launch, but he's able to somehow use his hacking skills to like to boost like there's usually like a regulator in the middle, because it has to be converted to a different form of energy before he can then like science it and stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But this regulator's like so he takes out the regulator and boosts like the output by like 20%.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's there getting ready to like and he's like but it's all too strong for him. And it blows his head up.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I said what I said.
Okay.
And he's dead.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Them apples.
One thing though, the bad guy is supposed to win. That was one of the things.
So it was. Okay. It's a good job. It's a good job. That's not the end.
No. Yeah.
Because yes, it worked, and it stopped Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what happens is like they think the explosion killed him, but it didn't.
Hmm.
Like there's a post-credit scene, and you just hear, "What the?" And he looks down at his hands, and they're made out of felt.
Oh.
And now he's a Muppet, an immortal being who will live forever.
Yep.
And he's like, next time I'm not gonna be as nice. There you go.
Fair enough.
Saved it at the end there. What did you think?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
I think the only Western thing we had in there was the gun,
Yeah.
but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah, Muppets were flying all over the place.
This is true. I like
Crazy.
Muppet violence.
Good for Scooter though. He's finally got his own little story.
Yeah, he's popping off. He's doing things. I can never go back to the old days.
Whatever happened to his dad though?
Okay. So his dad is like deep undercover somewhere. And
Yeah.
He like reads about the Nicolas Cage being brought down. And he's like, "Good on you, son. Good on you."
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, as always, we have been reinventing the real,
We have indeed. I've been Curtis.
and I've been Cameron.
See you next week, man.
See you next week.